to continue the Twitch app, where you can go in and actually take a look at who's been following recently, follow all of your metrics, as well as to be able to keep up on your chat in real time. If you don't have a phone or something you can actually watch your chat on, that's not considered free. But if you do have something that you can watch your chat on, I definitely recommend it, because your audience is what you're there for, not the game. So the next section of this video is talking about a cheap investment, or a little bit of investment, to improve your streaming experience. And you can add this to anything that we've previously talked about. But this next section is to actually use a service called Lightstream. If you want me to go ahead and see a detailed tutorial, again, I have done a video on this. I'll put it in the corner, but let's talk a little bit about it and let me show you some stuff. So Lightstream has been around since the Mixer days, but seeing as Mixer has gone, they had to rebrand, and one of the things that they did was to use this brand to be able to allow console streamers streaming directly from your console to stream to this interface that you see here behind me. You'll stream to this interface, and then you'll be able to edit all of your overlays that could be coming from Stream Elements, from Streamlabs, things that you've purchased, and maybe overlays you've invested in or custom made, you can put onto your stream here and get a much more professional appearance on your stream using these overlays and alerts. So as you can see, the price for Lightstream, it is not a free service, but we can go ahead and see that they tier everything based upon resolution. For example, 720p 30 is the cheapest plan for gamer, which is what I recommend. You don't need creator. Gamer is more than enough. But 720p 30 frames per second is $8 a month, but they do give you, I believe it's a week trial. So you can go ahead and sign up for the service, and they don't charge you until after that week to see if you like it. And I would encourage you to do that. And if you find no value in it, then just cancel your plan. From here, you can go up to a max of $16 a month for 1080p 30 frames per second. But let me go ahead and encourage you, there's no reason that you should aim for 1080p streaming. Most people who are going to watch you are going to watch from mobile, and 720p is more than enough bitrate as well as the quality for them to get a clean experience from watching you. Most beginning streamers, I will always recommend start 720p 30 so that more people can watch you and that they're not kind of gated from a high bitrate stream that doesn't have transcoding. That's a whole nother conversation. And if you want more information about transcoding, let me know in the comments and I'll do a dedicated video on that. So section 3 of this video, or the medium investment, is talking about things that are going to drastically improve the quality of your stream, but the investment isn't large in dollar signs. So these are things like lighting, a microphone, maybe a capture card, maybe even a cheaper laptop, or something that you can use to encode your stream that's not meant for gaming, but just meant for streaming. So let me go ahead and give you some recommendations. And before we get into that, let me go ahead and tell you all of these things that I'm recommending to you are things that I have actively used in the past, not only for my setup or people that I have personally set up for them and can test and vouch for. So first up in the medium investment section, let's talk about a PC that I would recommend for you to get a little bit of a start with streaming. And this is something that can be repurposed somewhere else, but you're looking at a mini PC and you might be questioning, Brandon, why in the world would I buy a mini PC and it's not going to do anything? Let me just show you. I just did a video not too long ago where I used this mini PC stick that actually has the same processor in here with worse cooling. And I did my entire stream, not only 2 capture cards with a cam link and the Mirabox capture card that we're going to talk about today, but it also housed a bunch of other things, USB 3 devices, as well as USB 2 devices through a connector, so that I could stream my entire stream off of my Xbox using this and using overlays. It was absolutely fantastic. So I definitely recommend you go check out that video to see the quality that I saw. But one of the things I'll recommend is if you're going to pick one of these up, there's so many different versions. Just make sure you get 8GB RAM and you get the J4125 setup for the Celeron. I'll drop a few in the description. These are great. They run about $200 for this small box, something that you could easily hide behind your TV. So now that you've got a PC, let's talk about a capture card. Most people think of Elgato, which is the HD60S that I'm showing over here. Most people think of Elgato when it comes to capture cards, but this is a $140 capture card, whereas this Mirabox, which is the one you're looking at on the screen right now, is $40, and it performs almost identical, minus a couple of things, but those things you're missing are not a huge thing of loss. So I would highly recommend this capture card. It's all aluminum. I also have a review on that. I think I've reviewed everything we've talked about today. So I'll just drop all those links down there and cards up here, but I've reviewed this card. I really highly recommend it. Make sure you go check this one out. And they do coupons pretty often on this. This one will pass through 4K. So if you're playing on a 4K TV, you'll also be able to continue to play 4K on the TV, but capture 1080p 60 frames per second. If you plug it into a USB 3 port, stop plugging things into USB 2 ports that need USB 3, Chad. Ugh. All right, next up on this list is the Fifine K683A microphone. Fifine actually sent these microphones out not too long ago and asked me to review them. And this microphone you're seeing is actually the microphone that I'm doing this entire video on right now. And you can hear that it has a lot of quality. It's been EQ'd, just know that. But as long as you learn to mess with things a little bit, it sounds great. And out of the box, it still sounds awesome. Not only does it have USB-C connectivity, but it also has USB-A, a mute button on the top, as well as a gain knob. And on the back, you can actually plug your headphones in to not only hear your voice, but directly monitor the sound from your computer as well. It's very versatile, and for $53, you really can't go wrong. Now, if you're a person who doesn't want to use a microphone, a dedicated microphone, you just want to stick with a headset, the HyperCloud 2s, I have had this headset for 2 years, and it is, I have a big head, by the way. I'm not small, I got a big head. But this is probably the most comfortable headset I have ever owned. Between Turtle Beaches and Razors, this HyperX has been amazing, and it has lasted for 2 years. And my son, who is about to turn 3, I've had this headset since he was a kid. He's dropped it, thrown it around, pulled on it. Maybe I should take better care of it, but it survived the toddler, okay? Definitely recommend these. The microphone actually sounds great, and it's the microphone I used for several of my videos before I actually got a dedicated mic. All right, let's talk about video. If you're looking to upgrade your webcam or to even get a webcam, this one in particular, I actually still have it in my drawer right here. This is what carried me from the beginning of my channel all the way till now. This was $55 when I picked it up about almost a year and a half ago. And not only does it have a 90-degree field of view, which is what people want, that nice wide field of view, but it has adjustable gain as well as autofocus that you can turn on and off. There's so many things you can do with this. And right now it's less than $30.